Hello students, welcome to the mathematics class of Studyzest. Today we will begin the chapter of ratio and proportion. First of all, we will discuss the topics of the definition of ratio, antecedent and consequent. Then we will come to some of the properties of ratio. Then we will see what happens when there is an increase or decrease in a ratio. Then we will see what are commensurable and incommensurable quantities. And then we will see some of the composition of ratios, in which we will first read about compound ratio, then we will find duplicate ratio, triplicate ratio, subduplicate ratio, subtriplicate ratio, and finally the reciprocal ratio. As you already know, and you are already familiar with many of the concepts of ratio as you were studying from your previous classes, right? So here we will not go into the very basic definitions or very basic examples related to ratio, but we will try to cover more of the part that is required in your 10th syllabus here, okay? But before going further into the topics, you can join us on our YouTube channel by subscribing the channel of Studyzest. You can also like Studyzest.in in the Facebook page. You can also join our Telegram channel for Studyzest School classes 7 to 10, where the link is given as http://studyzestschool710. You can see the screenshot of the Telegram channel on the right hand corner of this screen. You can also follow us on Instagram or can join our WhatsApp group, the number of which is given as 9933794423. You can also come to the website of Studyzest, whose link is given at the bottom of this screen as www.studyzest.in, where you can find different courses and you can enroll yourself to any of the courses listed over there. This is the screenshot of our YouTube channel and this is the Facebook page of Studyzest. So let's begin with our definition of ratio. What is a ratio? Let us just recall the very basic definition of ratio. Let A and B are two quantities of the same kind and having the same units, such that B is not equal to 0. This is the given condition that B cannot be equal to 0. Then the quotient A by B is called the ratio between A and B. Okay? Here you see that in the definition of ratio, this thing is very important, that the two quantities should be of the same kind and they should have the same units. And quite natural that if any two quantities have the same units and we take the quotient of them, that is A by B, that is we divide one of the quantity with the other quantity, then the units get cancelled out. Okay, so we will see in the property that a ratio doesn't have any unit. Okay, and here since the denominator of any division cannot be equal to 0, so B is not equal to 0 here, as 0 in the denominator doesn't make any sense to the definition. Okay, so A by B is the ratio between A and B. Now, what is an antecedent and what is a consequent? The quantities A and B are called the terms of the ratio here. And of these two terms, A is called the first term or the antecedent of the ratio, and B is called the second term or the consequent of the ratio. Okay. Now coming to the properties of ratio, as I have said earlier that ratio A by B, which is also written as A is to B, has no units. Okay, it has no units. Say for example, if A is 5 kilograms and B is some 3 kilograms, then we have the ratio as 5:3. Okay, or you can say this is 5 by 3. So it has no units. The second point is the consequent of a ratio cannot be 0. We have already seen this, that b cannot be equal to 0. So the consequent b is not equals to 0. Now ratio remains unchanged on multiplying or dividing the terms by the same non-zero number. Okay, if we multiply or divide any ratio, say for example we have the ratio 2/3. If we multiply this ratio by the same number, say for example we multiply this with 5 and again divide this with 5, then we have 2 times 5 is 10 and 3 times 5 is 15, and if we again rationalize this, we will get 2/3. So this is same as the original ratio, that is 2/3. So if we multiply or divide any ratio by divide the terms of the ratio by any same non-zero number, then we get the same ratio again. Okay. Now the HCF of both the terms in a ratio is 1 or unity. That is, a ratio is always expressed in its lowest terms. The HCF is 1 means the terms of the ratio should be co-prime to each other. Right? Here you can see 2/3. 2 and 3 are co-prime numbers, and the HCF of 2 and 3 is 1. HCF of 2 and 3 is 1. So any ratio is expressed in its lowest term, or the terms should be co-prime in a ratio. Okay. Now the last point is the order of the terms in a ratio is important. It is very much important in a ratio. Okay. That is, A/B is not equal to B/A. Say for example, you have 2/3. So that means this is 2/3. But if you have 3/2, so that will mean 3/2, right? And we know that 2/3 is not equal to 3/2. So A/B is not equal to B/A. So these are some of the very basic properties of ratio. Okay. Now coming to increase or decrease in a ratio. What is meant by that? If a quantity increases or decreases in the ratio A/B, then the new resulting quantity will be B/A times of the original quantity. Say for example, if say the number of cards you have increases from 20 to 24. That is, you previously had 20 cards with you, now you have got 24 cards with you. Okay. So the new resulting quantity, which is the new resulting quantity, this is 24. So as per the increase or decrease formula, the new resulting quantity will be B/A times. Say if this is A and this is B, so this is B/A. B/A. What is B/A? 24/20. 24/20 means this is 6/5. So this is 6/5 times the original quantity. Okay, this 24 will be 6/5 times of 20. Okay. So this is meant by increase or decrease in a ratio. Same for this, we have seen the example for increase. Same goes for decrease in a ratio.